What's up? Welcome to the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing headsets, controllers, and one setting in the game. These first two videos is just basic knowledge to make you aware, right? The reason why Wi-Fi is important is because you're going to have to adjust your gameplay for that. Knowing what your headset is capable of, you're going to be knowing how to push, move, right? It's all going to play a factor. So just knowing these little things is actually going to improve your game overall. There are some people who do not have a headset who just play off their TV, yet they're not getting full sound. They don't have their TV cranked up. They don't have a surround sound system to hear all of the sounds. So if they did have all that, then they have an actual headset that they wouldn't need to communicate with their team. But having a headset in general to communicate with your team is better than not communicating at all. Earbuds, they work. They're not the best, right? You can buy a $30 headset at Walmart. You know, the Turtle Beaches Recons. Those are great headsets. Everything is loud. Everything's coming through. Awesome headsets. Or you can go more expensive. Turtle Beach Stealth 600, 700s, or the Bugattis of headsets, Astro A50s or Astro A50Xs. Either way, having a headset in general is better than not having a headset. And if you're not going to have a headset and you're going to be playing on your TV, your monitor, have a surround sound so you can hear all those defined sounds that you're going to want to hear in the game. 2, your controller is a huge thing in Call of Duty. If you're playing on a regular controller with no buttons on the back or paddles, your movement's going to be a little bit restricted unless you're going to claw. And that is using your fingers in a certain way, which would allow you to hit all of your buttons by clawing. There are multiple ways to claw. Clawing is huge. I claw when I play Gears of War. If you're going to use a controller with buttons on the back, you can get them at Walmart for $30. Or you can go more expensive and go get a Scuff or an Elite Series 2. Those are going to help you because now your back fingers are going to be using the paddles or the buttons on the back of the controller, which doesn't restrict your movement from your thumb coming over to hit these buttons. You're going to put them all back here. So you're going to have very fluid movement. Very important. All that stuff is going to improve your game, whether if you're clawing or using paddles. If you're not clawing, that's okay. Practice makes perfect. And the most important part of this that I think is going to be your controller vibration. You're going to want that, in my opinion, off. You can do what you would want with that, but in general, for me, that is off. I don't need my controller to vibrate like a lawnmower in my hand just because somebody shot at me. I know that I'm being shot at. I don't need it to vibrate to tell me that somebody's aiming at me, because that's going to screw up my aim. It's off. I want my controller steady in my hands and not to be jerking around. A lot of people do like the vibration on. Me, it's off. We can get into one more here. The button layout. Find the button layout that you prefer to use. I'm a tactical shooter. I drop shot. I don't run around a knife. So when I shoot, I drop. Which means if you're shooting at me and you're standing, your bullets have a chance to go right above me and I'm dropping and I'm shooting and killing you. Now there are going to be times where I drop shot, and because somebody's not aiming at my head, I drop into their line of fire and I'm insta-cooked. So just find the button layout that you prefer and master it. Okay? When I play Call of Duty, I plug this one in and I plug my paddles in. Your settings in the game, I'm not going to get into the settings. I'm not going to get into the graphics, the audio, the interface, the keyboard, the mouse, none of that. Those settings are entirely up to you and what your preference is and what you're going to be doing within the game itself. That's for you to figure out. That's not for me to tell you, like, my horizontal and vertical sensitivity, my up, down, left, and right, that's set to a 6. My ads sensitivity, for those of you who don't know what ads is, that's aiming down sight. Okay? When you're aiming, when you start turning, if you have that at the same sensitivity as your regular movement speed, that means when you aim, you're moving at the same speed. But if you lower that, that means your gun turns a little bit slower for more precise shots. All those settings are entirely up to you to use and how you want to do that. That's not something I can really get into. I'm not going to get into that. Your audio, your graphics, that's entirely up onto you. I'm just saying the most important here would be that controller vibration for me, and I know a lot of other players have that disabled and a lot have it enabled. I know this information is pretty basic, but just knowing the equipment you're using is going to improve your game, because it's going to restrict you or to allow you to push those limits. So play within the means, and your game will improve 110%. The next videos that we get into is actually going to be on some gameplay, training, and the nit and grit of Call of Duty itself. And these first 2 videos is your equipment, what you're using, what you're not using, and then we get to the gameplay of how we're going to use this information to improve your game overall. Thank you for watching. I will provide a link to the Discord. I will also provide a link to the Reddit page so you can view some other articles that I posted. And thank you for watching. If I've helped you, please leave that sub. Everybody out there, stay safe and be blessed. And once again, thank you.